Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin, known as the Dream Decipherer, and this is Dream Your Life, Live Your Dream Live, where we talk about all things dreams. Now, today I'm continuing my series on dreams about exes and what they could possibly mean. And today's episode looks at dreams where your ex is asking for help. Now, as always, I have to preface my remarks with the ultimately who interprets a dream is the dreamer themselves. I help people to decipher the clues in their dreams, but it's the dreamer who actually figures out whether what the dream is trying to say, because it's not my dream, it's their dream. And therefore, they have to look at the dream in the context of their life and what's going on in it in order to get the sense of what the dream is about. So let's get into this. Again, you have to excuse the windiness. It's quite breezy today, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me without too much trouble, and my camera won't be bouncing around too much. So you have a dream about your ex asking for help. Maybe they've been in an accident. Maybe there's a legal matter or police matter that they're asking you to help them with. What could that possibly mean? And dreams' meanings are personal to the dreamers, so what it may mean is actually depends on the dreamer themselves and what's going on in their lives. But some of the things that they could possibly mean in a dream like this, perhaps the dream is an indication that deep down inside you still care for this person. You may have gone your separate ways, but you still have feelings for them. And it implies the question, would you still be willing to help them even though you have gone your separate ways? If they were to ask you, if they were to approach you, days, weeks, months, even years later and ask for your help, would you give it? And that also begs the question of, well, do you still love the person? Do you still have feelings for that person? Is your ex still living living rent-free in your head and in your heart? Who knows? That just because you love somebody doesn't mean that you can spend your life with them or spend time with them. You can love them from a distance, depending on the particular circumstances. But let's look at this from a slightly different angle. What is this dream perhaps saying about the dreamer? Could it be that it's the dreamer rather than the ex that needs help? Because you have to remember, dreams come from us and are about us. And the people in our dreams, and I say this over and over again, the people in our dreams are not necessarily themselves, but represent some aspect of ourselves. And the trick of it is to find out what it is about that person that resonates with us in some way or is indicative of something about us. So is it possible that in that context that the dream is suggesting that the person who had the dream feels that they need help in some way, that they are in need of being rescued or giving advice or getting assistance in some way? And if that were to come up with a client in a consultation, I would ask them, is there some area of your life where you feel that you need help, that you feel that you could use some advice or some assistance of some kind? So there's also the implication here is that the dreamer hasn't actually gotten over the relationship and needs perhaps help and assistance in doing so, whether that be talking to a close friend or getting professional help from a therapist, or just treating yourself well to help you to dissipate the stress, perhaps related to that relationship. I mean, if it's the with regard to perhaps an actual loss, say a bereavement, perhaps grief counseling or bereavement counseling is necessary. If it's, and that's the help that is being required. Again, it's all according to the context of the person and what's going on in their life. There is also the implication of being isolated, and needing to help or to be rescued in some way, and that would be also be something that I would look at with the dreamer during a consultation. Is there some part of the dreamer's life where they may feel that they're isolated, or they may use the expression, I feel like I'm drowning. In which case you certainly would feel the need to be assisted or helped or rescued. So it's about the language, and quite often dreams and our speech, our unconscious choosing of words, can give clues as to what's actually going on with someone. And it's always important to note language in a dream. What language is being used? I mean, literally in terms of, is it your own language or a foreign language? But what I mean is, watch the words that are being used. Words can evoke many things, and if you remember, as I've said in the past, that dreams are as if they speak in metaphors, so that if somebody says, I feel like I'm drowning, or I feel like I'm all alone, or whatever the case may be, that can be a verbal clue as to what is actually going on at the deeper level with the person. So you always have to remember, when you're looking at dreams, that they're coming from the deepest part of ourselves, the unconscious part of ourselves, which is likened to a vast ocean. And on this ocean of the unconscious floats our conscious mind, the part of us that says I, that floats like a little cork on this ocean. So the unconscious mind knows all about us, our hopes, our fears, our dreams, and will float up information that is pertinent to us being able, if we act upon that information, that can help us to make better decisions and to lead better lives if we pay attention. And the unconscious is quite stubborn that way. It will do what it takes to get you to pay attention. Things like slips of the tongue, using funny words, accidents. My unconscious spoke to me some years ago. It was trying to tell me to get some rest. I kept ignoring that fact. What happened? I got knocked flat in the street with nobody around me, no cars around me. I knocked flat. It was like watching a slow train wreck. I couldn't stop myself from falling. And then I was off my feet for 3 weeks because I didn't listen. So the unconscious will do what it takes to get your attention, and if you don't pay attention, what starts to happen? Different things, from, as I say, from slips of the tongue and all kinds of crazy things to outright accidents to get you to stop long enough to think about what you're doing. So if you've had a dream about an ex asking you for help, pick it apart, look at the different aspects of it, and ask yourself, what is going on in your life that could be indicative that perhaps it's you that needs the help rather than your ex. Though it may even be predictive. Maybe, you'll suddenly hear from an ex and they need your help. That's a possibility as well. But generally, dreams are clues for us to look at some aspect of our lives and to shine a light on an issue and then to do something about it. So there you have it. Dreams about an ex needing your help. And if you have a dream that's about an ex needing your help or any other kind of dream, please get in contact. Let's talk and find out what your dreams are trying to tell you. You can find my details in my bio, or you can DM me. So thanks so much for watching and listening. I hope the wind hasn't drowned me out, and we'll continue this series and next time with another episode of Dream Your Life and Live Your Dream Live. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.